A new Siena poll out this morning shows Governor Andrew Cuomo's job performance rating has dropped to its lowest level since he took office. In the meantime, New Yorkers are split about upstate casinos. Here's what the numbers show. Governor Cuomo's approval rating is at 64%. However, just 38% of New Yorkers believe the governor is doing a good job. As for casinos, well, the vote was divided on this one. 46% in favor, 46% against. And joining us now to talk more about what these numbers mean, Steve Greenberg from the Siena Research Institute. And Steve, let's start with this casino thing because it's really pretty interesting what you did. You asked a question giving people kind of specific language of what that bill might contain, and they like that a lot better than the concept. What's going on there?
Sure. Well, the question you just gave the results for, 46-46, is the generic question. Would you support or oppose a constitutional amendment to allow non-Indian gaming casinos in New York? This is a question Siena's been asking for nearly 2 years now. But what we then followed that up with was the specific wording, because when you and all the CBS 6 viewers go into the polls on November 5th, what you're going to see for this amendment is very differently worded. It, in fact, talks about increasing jobs, increasing aid to education, increasing revenues for state and local government. So we gave them the specific wording of the constitutional amendment that they will see when they walk into their polling place and ask them how they felt about it then. And at that point, it goes to a 13-point plurality for casino gambling, 55% to 42%. 55% of voters with that wording say they support the casino gambling amendment. Not surprisingly, those who support it, their support is really based on two issues: jobs and new revenue for the state and local government.
Yeah, it struck me that when you see the actual wording, it would be a little like, although obviously it still didn't affect a lot of people, but it would be a little bit like voting against mom and apple pie when you put it in that context.
Exactly. So then we asked voters, having heard the wording on the ballot, do you think that the wording is fair, that it just describes the amendment and gives the benefits for New Yorkers? Or do you think it's unfair because it only gives the arguments in support and not the arguments in opposition? A majority, albeit a bare majority, 51 to 43, voters in this state think the wording on the ballot is actually fair. Not surprisingly, 2/3 of supporters of the amendment think the wording is fair. Yeah. 2/3 of opponents think the wording is unfair.
Just a quick line on Governor Cuomo's numbers. I mean, they're down a little bit, but they're now at historic levels.
No, not at all. Look, in terms of his favorability rating, 2-to-1 favorable. 64% of voters have a favorable view of Andrew Cuomo, 32% have an unfavorable view. His job performance is down a little bit. 49% say he's doing an excellent or good job compared to 50% who say he's doing only a fair or poor job. That's the lowest rating he's had on his job performance in the 2.5 years he's been governor.
There's the history. All right, Steve, thank you very much. We're looking forward to your next poll, and we'll also look forward to finding out just whether the poll extrapolates out into how people vote on the casino gambling.
Just remember, this is a snapshot. This is 6 weeks out from Election Day.
Yeah, good point. Thank you very much.